Hello and welcome to another adventure on this planet Earth. I'm Mark Gilchrist, and this week is special since last week's Hotel Hoppin adventure was so bearable. We're going to do it again and finish it off with Hotel Hoppin 2. First, let's look at some of the interesting, beautiful, whatever hotels I've stayed in. Kind of my favorite of all time is the French-style guest house. A few miles west of downtown Hanoi. The owners, Tuk and Lee, are just wonderful people. They're English teachers. A lot of people stay here kind of long-term if they're working, got a job, or hide out for a few months. This is a gorgeous little kind of bungalow-type hotel on a beach. What a beautiful view to wake up to every morning. This is a neat hotel. What made it really nice was the manager, Steve, spoke enough English, and it was very helpful. Also a nice view. This was a great hotel. Interesting thing was the owner was Cambodian, but he lives in the US, graduated from Mount Olive College. This was just a charming hotel with very small rooms, but lots of wood, and I love that. My room also had a huge balcony type. This was kind of a resort hotel, just a series of cabins, if you will, set amid a farmland outside of town. And the owner brought me breakfast every day, and he also brought me into town each day for lunch with his family. Now this place is kind of the Wild West out in northern Thailand, yes sir. Yeah, I don't know where they got the idea, probably from old Western movies, but it's cute. I was in a real jam trying to get out of Vietnam on the last day of my visa and into Laos. I got stranded searching for a hotel. Came across this one out in the middle of nowhere. Beautiful place, one of those where the whole top floor is just one big room. I could have spread the curtain around my bed here, but I was the only one up there. I stumbled into this one kind of late at night. Couldn't figure out the bed. They made the bed, covered it with a sheet, but they didn't unfold it for me. I slept on it this way. Sort of slept, yeah. While in Mongolia, my brother Doug and I, we stayed in a gur. These are yurts. The gur is the Mongolian word for it. They're heavily insulated and they have a wood stove and everything. Very nice, comfortable, and very cozy. Now, if you ever stay in a Muslim hotel, and there are plenty of them in Malaysia, look up at the ceiling, you'll probably see the word Qiblat. I don't know how it's pronounced, but that arrow points toward Mecca to help you if you want to pray. I actually had an electronic gambling table in my hotel here. I could have had quite a party if I wasn't just by myself. You know, sometimes it's just the smallest, simplest thing, like a shelf by the bed to charge your phone. I think we've all seen these folded towels on your bed in the shape of a flower or animal or fish. Well, this one is my favorite one. It's a fillet of fish. Here at the No Stress Guest House, I thought I had a putting green in my room, but actually I think it was just a fancy shrine or something you will get in almost any hotel room in Southeast Asia are toiletries. They'll give you a toothbrush or razor or stuff so cheap you never want to use it. But in every room I've been in, there has been a set of flip-flops. That is not something I ever want to use. Bless their hearts, they offer them for you. Here I had I think the world's largest bed. Looks like they took a king-size bed and crammed it with a double bed. I slept on one little part of that. Well, throughout Southeast Asia, and I think I've seen one Gideon's Bible. They just haven't made it out here, I guess. Yeah, you try and figure out this remote control for your AC. I call these prison lights. They will bolt these things to the ceiling and say, there, we're done. Lighting, so hideous, the 4 foot. I don't really know what this was. Could have been a camera, could have been a microphone, I don't know, I just covered it up. I kind of have a little handicap with my height around Southeast Asia. The mirrors are usually too low, and the doors, oh man, they are headbangers. Man, you thought you had bad pillows. I think I probably just threw a t-shirt over these. This was a motel, kind of rare in Southeast Asia. I think when they built this, they had more salvaged satellite dishes than they had siding. These are not just decorations. This is the siding. I'd like to have the morning light come in and wake me up, so I never close my drapes unless I have to. But this one was probably the worst. That's my room right above the phone number, and that billboard was all I could see at night. Well, here's a hotel I'm proud to say I did not stay in. Oof, the mold covered the walls. And the guy just couldn't understand why I stormed out, canceled my booking. Yeah, after we stayed in the Gur, my brother and I crashed in this place, made a particle board. You know, you take the Gur with the bad. Many hotels, if you're a foreigner, you have to show your passport. In India, if you're a foreigner, you have to fill out an entirely different form, and the police come by every morning and pick them up. If you stay in a hotel or guest house owned by Buddhists, chances are there'll be a shrine somewhere, and sometimes it'll be a fairly large one. Head up to the rooftop. Some of these hotels, you're likely to find the laundry room. And one thing you will see a lot of when you go through Southeast Asia in the hotel rooms, beautiful woodwork. But then there's some of the lavish furniture, the heavy chairs and tables made of solid wood. I think they're kind of family heirlooms. I've never felt so safe as I have here in Southeast Asia. And this is kind of one of the indicators of just how safe it is. Some of the rooms will have room safes, some will have armoires with locking doors, for what that's worth. But the key will actually just be left in the door for you. If you want to use it, go ahead. If you want to steal it, go ahead. If you want to break it off, go ahead. Only Americans seem to think that way. Maybe. Here's one of the most unusual keys I've ever had. It didn't work really well, so. And security is so lax, like at this hotel, my room didn't even come with a lock on the door. I had to request it. I actually had to insist. The guy was like, what do you need a lock for? Remember those big honking plastic key fobs? A lot of places want you to leave them at the front desk when you leave for the day. I think that's to make sure that you turn the air conditioning off. At a few hotels, I've seen people just leave them at the front desk. Someone could just go up and rummage through them all they want. But then again, that people don't think that way around here. One thing I've learned hopping around all these hotels everywhere is the old Southern saying, sugar brings sugar, salt brings salt. Most incidents or relationships I've found get off to a much better start, are more enjoyable, and more productive when you start out with a smile on your face. I've stayed in some pretty rough and tumble places. Most of the rooms are fairly clean and comfortable, but most of them have flaws. Some big, some small. I'll tell you what though, I will put up with a lot bigger flaws and a lot more if the person running the hotel is friendly. Yeah, if that hotel owner is some grumpy old grump face, that room better be perfect. But if he or she is friendly and enjoyable, heck, I'll wash the windows for him. And so I hope that I can, and we all can, start off all of our encounters, conversations, relationships with a smile, without prejudice. It's a good start. Well, thanks for hanging. I hope you enjoyed my latest adventure. I'm Mark Gilchrist. And I am, and you are, we all are. Thanks. That was perfect.